Welcome to another edition of the Modern Hotelier. Today we're going to do hospitality hot topics, talking about what happened in November in the hospitality industry. As always, I'm joined by my host, David Mililli, and we're joined by our guest host, Jackie Nunley. Thank you for stopping by, Jackie. How are we doing today?
Thank you for having me. We're doing really well.
Good. So let's dive into our first topic. Two trends that are coming out that are looking to be more popular in 2025 are dark tourism and skillcations. Dark tourism, if you're not familiar, is visiting places associated with death, tragedy, or suffering. And a skillcation is where you go on vacation to either learn a new skill or to hone a new skill. Jackie, I got to ask you on this one. Are you into any of these skillcations or dark tourism? What are your thoughts here?
I'm into skillcation. I'm not into dark tourism.
Nowhere on the list that you're going to go for that?
I don't think so. Unless, if there is a growing interest, there's got to be something there. If it raises for me, it raises significant ethical and operational concerns for the travel industry. So I'm going to reach out for maybe the increased foot traffic at sites like this, maybe constrain local infrastructure, something that David and I were just talking about. But, I think that heritage sites need a little bit more kind of thinking and planning around them. There is a positive kind of like outlook to it, which is, the educational opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see where the interest is coming from. But David, what do you think?
Yeah, I think life's dark enough. I'll go on YouTube if I want to find out about dark tourism and tragedy and things of that nature. But like you said, a skillcation, which I never heard of before we prepped for this, I think that's pretty interesting. I actually love the idea of, depending on how much holiday you take, mixing in rather than just laying by a pool or a beach, actually doing something that kind of is educational or helps advance you with a skill. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I like that. So as we move from dark tourism and skillcation, we're going to talk about Spirit Airlines filing for bankruptcy. So I don't know what you guys think, but for me, it's a bad look. If my doctor or dentist filed for bankruptcy, I'd be a little concerned. So I don't know how you feel, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not their target audience. I will say that. I'm not. I don't enjoy flying enough to fly a budget airline. But here's something that stuck out to me, which kind of tells a story already. In the first 6 months of the year, Spirit passengers flew 2% more than they did the same period last year. However, they were paying 10% less per mile, and the revenue per mile from fares was down nearly 20%. So just seeing those numbers, not something that is a successful business model, but I'm going to stick with my United. I know that's the people with the Delta Airlines aren't not quite as high up as them. But Jackie, what do you think about Spirit here? Are you bummed out that you can't fly Spirit anymore?
Yes, I'm definitely bummed out. I love every airline. So while the, direct effect on Spirit Airlines, I think about the employees and the passengers. The restructuring could kind of lead to operational adjustments. So that might be a good thing. It might be a different thing, but it's important to look for the light, in every crisis. So, think about maybe changes around their routes could help optimize, what you spoke about, Steve, which is, these cost-cutting measures that they're trying to implement or have to implement. But, overall, that could improve efficiency and financial health. So it's something that I would think that, should be looked at as not a terrible thing, but an opportunity to make it better.
I think they should shift from planes to maybe flying taxis. So, we can move more things to the air than having to deal with all this travel.
I want to go back to trains.
Yeah.
Let's do one of those, or make 2025 the year of trains and take
Hey,
some
I
trains
mean,
and report back.
not against that.
Yes, but talking about trains, I hope to do some train travel next year. But let's talk about what just happened, Thanksgiving. So, a new record was set for the busiest day in, US commercial travel, air travel history, according to the TSA. And we had about 3 million passengers who were screened. I think that was from an article this morning, surpassing, the record set just a few months ago in July. So this is a really significant milestone. It makes me really happy that people are continuing on the trend. I don't want to lean into too much of you have to go and see family, but it looks like people are motivated to travel and go and see their families. But, despite all the potential disruptions from winter or weather, very strange weather this winter, but I think that overall, I'm hearing that it went pretty smoothly. So, what are you guys hearing on your side, David? What are you hearing?
For me, it being the old guy, I feel like every year's a record for Thanksgiving. Every year there's a record broken for travel. This was one of the first years, or maybe the only year that I actually, with the family did a road trip. Was in California, driving from Phoenix, and through the entire Thanksgiving period, the traffic was bad. I mean, there was a lot of people on the road. So I know air and TSA, but it seemed like a lot of people were trying to get somewhere. And as we were talking before we started recording, California already has a slight issue with traffic, and let me just tell you, it was bad. So for me, I can see those record numbers happening. Obviously, more people wanting to get out and explore things. How about you, Steve? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, it seemed to be the year of delay-free travel. Like Jackie said, there were 232,000 flights that went out, and there were 0.3% were canceled, and only 1.2% were delayed. And I know in Colorado here, we had a snowstorm that was looking to delay people, but never didn't seem to really happen. So, David, maybe taking the skies is a little bit more efficient than
Yeah.
taking the
Yeah,
roads for traveling. But
Yeah,
yeah, agreed.
David, you need
I know.
to pick the skies next time.
I know. It's just
next
we have too
time,
many places to go to, but
next time you'll have to take the private jet, David, so you don't have to
exactly.
worry about that traffic.
Yeah.
So
You can start offsetting those carbon footprint, scores. Start
True.
now, and then you'll be
true,
able to fly private.
true. Keeping on the theme of travel, we are filming this a day before, but tomorrow is Travel Tuesday, which has become this trend, I feel like, in the past few years where, you have Cyber Monday for all online discounts, Black Friday retail discounts, and now we have all travel deals on Tuesdays after Thanksgiving. Anybody gonna take advantage of these? Jackie, are you taking a we'll start with you. You taking advantage of any travel deals, or you
A
keeping the lookout for anything?
100%. 100%. I am definitely taking advantage of this. So over the weekend, I was looking at cruises. I was also looking at trains again.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be my 2025 kind of travel plans. But I know that the analysis online said, there's been a significant spike already for hotels, for flights, for cruises. And it seems like Travel Tuesday is becoming a little bit more known. So it's going to stop being a trend. Do we see it kind of going into kind of like the madness of Black Friday? Is everybody going to be looking at that? And will it go global so that everybody can take advantage of this? I'm really curious to see where this is going to go. I know that airline bookings increased over 60%. And I think it's cruise lines, their bookings increased more than 50% last year. So I'm putting my $5 virtual money on this with you guys to say that next year it's going to be even bigger. What do you think?
Yes, I hope so. I kind of feel like I was the guy who was reporting on the shopping mall from Black Friday where there was nobody there because I kind of felt like I really didn't get anything for Travel Tuesday for all the airlines and all the hotels I've stayed at. And I just didn't feel like, and again, maybe it was just me, but I feel like, and like you said, maybe next year it'll get even bigger, but it seems like a great opportunity for hotels, for airlines, trains, buses, whatever, to do something. But again, I kind of feel like a lot of people just missed out on the opportunity for me. Like I thought I was going to be somewhat inundated with American Airlines pinging me through my app and United and Marriott and Hilton, all the the bigger brands and even some of the independent hotels I've stayed at, but it just really didn't feel as big of a. I haven't felt it, and to your point, hopefully this is another one of those things where hospitality sometimes is behind the trends. Hopefully they'll latch onto it and take advantage of it because I got a ton of stuff from all the retailers. Every retailer I buy from for Cyber Monday, Black Friday, I got a bunch of stuff. So
You bring a very good point. That's a really, really good point because, with all the impulsive buying behavior,
yeah,
Friday and Cyber Monday, maybe this is an opportunity for travel companies to boost revenue during this quiet period as well. But
well,
it also reflects exactly what you said. It's an opportunity to actually start to build some loyalty, or take
Mhm.
advantage of keeping your loyal customers coming back.
Well, we were talking about it. So I just took this California road trip, 2 nights in an independent, 2 nights at a Marriott brand, 2 nights at a Hilton brand, independent ish, but part of the Tapestry collection, and then an Airbnb. So I had 4 touch points where during that period they could have said, "Hey, hope you enjoyed your stay with us last week. Just so you know, we've got the following promotion coming up on Travel Tuesday," and it was kind of crickets. So, well, speaking of disappointments, the Cleveland Browns are opening a hotel. Sorry, all you Cleveland Browns fans, I'm rooting for you. But so the Cleveland Browns are opening a hotel, and it just seems like it makes sense that an NFL team or a sports organization would kind of have a hotel near their stadium, especially NFL, because you've got only 17 games. You've got, what's it, 7 or 8 home games, depending on the year. And a lot of NFL fans travel and like to experience what it's like being in the visitor stadium. So I just thought that was a really great, I seemed like just Captain Obvious type idea. Like, why hasn't somebody really pushed for this more? Because all these sports people get into restaurants and things of that nature. So, Steve, what are your thoughts being a Green Bay fan? Would you go? Would you go stay at the Lambeau Field Hotel?
Absolutely. 10 out of 10 would. 100%. I mean, and I feel like both of us, you're Philly guy, we both come from these passionate fan bases where we're having people come in from all over the country to these home games. It's not just people around the Philly or Green Bay area, right?
Right.
And I feel like just talking about Green Bay, there's not a ton of hotel options there. It's a lot of Super 8s, Motel 6s, kind of these, more budget friendly hotels, but they're selling out every night. And if you go to Lambeau Field, it's just houses around it. It's built in the middle of the neighborhood, but they've really built up the area around it. And to put a hotel right there, during the football season, I mean, that's going to be great
Yeah.
occupancy and just seems, like you said, like a layup. So I thought it was really cool. It seems like the Browns are doing some really cool things around their stadium to attract people to come to Cleveland more. And hey, I love Cleveland. It's a great Midwestern state. I'll go on the record for that. But Jackie, what do you think? Are you a big football fan? Are you going to go stay at the Cleveland Browns hotel?
I am not, but isn't this an opportunity to make me a fan?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, when I took a look at the news, what resonated with me is that they're also going to have residential apartments. But what really got me was coming with that is also a retail space being designed. So now you got me. So maybe get me into the sport, but put me in a neighborhood where I can walk around and give me great shopping. And yes, that's complete for me. That will complete the experience. So it's not all learn the game, watch the game and get into it and become a fan. So that's kind of what I think. I think it's a good thing. I think we should see more projects like this coming into our space where it encompasses the experience, not just the event.
Absolutely.
Okay. That does it for another edition of the Modern Hotelier Hospitality Hot Topics, hospitality's most engaged podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon.
You made it to the end of the Modern Hotelier. Thanks for listening. The Modern Hotelier is produced by Make More Media. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you know a guest or sponsor that would be a good fit, feel free to email us at hello@themodernhotelier.com. If you'd like to get some Modern Hotelier merch, click the merch button on modernhotelier.com or click the link below. Thanks and have a great day.